Hi boys and girls, it's Shane in my sci-fi Airbnb. Our guest just left and we are going to need to fix the washing machine. As an Airbnb host, it's very important we have working washing machines because we have to clean all the bed linens and everything in between guests. And we also have a very limited window of repair that we can do things. So the guests are left, but we have another guest arriving tonight. So I've got just a few hours and we also have to clean the place. So hiring a repair person and having them show up so we can get it repaired and take care of all of this in the morning. I don't know if you've ever hired a repair person or not, but they don't often show up on time and they often have to make several trips. So I've ordered the parts in advance to fix this and I have them here already, and hopefully this works out. I've never repaired this model before. So what I've got is an OE error on this LG, and then it's full of water that hasn't drained. So if I were to turn this on, it'll start to blink OE here, which basically means that it's not going to drain, nothing like that's gonna happen. So this whole tub is full of water. Now we have an auxiliary drain port here. I can open this up and we're gonna let the water out, but that's what my shop vac is for. We're gonna suck out a lot of this water and then we'll suck it out as it comes out onto the floor. You can see as we suck it out, it's going to fill back up just ever so slightly as it goes. It's refilling. That's normal. We'll just remove some more. Spreading a towel out, we're going to loosen this valve right here and turn on our vacuum. Suck the water up as it comes out. So I'm going to start with unplugging the washing machine. We don't want to have any power going to it whatsoever. Then we're going to remove the two water hoses. You can just use a pair of pliers. I happen to have these handy, but channel locks are probably better. These models are notorious for having drain pumps go out. This one only cost me $28. It's got two screws that go right here. And apparently someone has done this before because that screw is missing. And they didn't put the screw back. We're gonna hang on to our screws. This comes out like so. So I've laid it down on its back now so we can get fully underneath it. These two screws are gonna be part of the pump assembly. I'm gonna show you how we change it. If we come underneath the unit, right there is the pump, right there. So we're gonna have a screw underneath, right here. Then we're going to have the screws up here in order to take this out. I'm just going to use my handy dandy assault screwdriver here, semi-automatic. Keep the screws somewhere where you won't lose them. And this is the screw I need to get. This should be the last one holding this in place. If your model is slightly different, there might be another screw. Caught it. So now I'm going to reach up and under and pull this free. So it's going to be connected to this hose with just a hose clamp. I'll show you about that in a second. It's going to have a couple wires that connect to it. They're going to control it. So now we've pulled this downward. It's still connected to everything. This is the part I need to replace. So we're going to take off these screws here. And then we're going to unplug these wires right here. Make sure the machine is turned off before we start grabbing any wires. Or unplugged, I mean. Here we go, and here we go. So those are the only two wires that connect to it. Now let's just remove those screws. So now that the pump is free, we can take it out and examine it. Oh yeah, that feels funky. It doesn't feel quite like it should. I don't know how to describe that feeling. This is the new one. Yeah, that feels much, much more correct. It's got a snap to it. See that snap? When I turn it to a certain point, it snaps around. This one doesn't have that, see? You don't feel the magnetism of the motors working. So that's definitely what our problem was. So we need to arrange it back exactly like it was, where those screw holes line up perfectly. That way we can mount it all in correctly. So it needs to mount like this. When we do work like this, so many people think, oh, this is so complicated, I could never do something like this. This is definitely something you can learn to do. And this washing machine would probably cost me $1,000 or more to replace. And this part is $28. That's all this is costing me, is $28. Well, plus tax, it probably came to like 31 bucks, okay? This is a very inexpensive fix, and I will get years out of this washing machine. I like this model for my B&Bs because it has a 15-minute cycle for washing, and that's really good when we have to wash sheets in between tenants. We'll end up with lots of sheets to wash and things like that we need to get done in a hurry. So having a fast wash cycle is great for that. Perfect. There we go. So now let's put the assembly back in so that this part lines up right here. This part, oh yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. We got to put our wires back on. To get it back where it goes, we're going to push this plastic tab into position. And it'll kind of just fit right in there when we get it just right. There we go. Right about there. Now we're doing everything in reverse. So I've got to tighten the screw that held this in place. Okay, so making sure to feed the drain tube through there. We're going to fit this back into place and then put the screw back in. Yours probably has 2 screws, but as you can tell, it's really not that big of a deal if someone has lost a screw in the past. It's still going to work. Another benefit to something like this is getting to feel the satisfaction of a job well done.